Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Secrets of the Ancients, where we uncover the most mind-blowing mysteries of lost civilizations. I'm your archaeological guide, ready to take you on an incredible journey through the corridors of time. Today, we're about to explore some of the most perplexing enigmas that have baffled scientists for centuries. From legendary lost continents to massive stone monuments whose purpose remains a complete mystery, these ancient secrets will challenge everything you thought you knew about human history. Before we dive into these incredible discoveries, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the ancient mysteries we're about to reveal. Now let's begin our archaeological adventure. Picture this scene with me. Over 2,400 years ago, the great philosopher Plato sits in ancient Athens, about to reveal one of the most shocking stories ever told. He's about to describe a civilization so advanced, so powerful, that its very existence would challenge our understanding of ancient history forever. But here's what will blow your mind. This incredible empire supposedly vanished in just one day and one night. Was Atlantis a real technologically advanced civilization that predated all known empires? Or was it simply a philosophical allegory created by Plato's brilliant mind? Let's travel back to 360 BC, when Plato first described Atlantis in his dialogues called Timaeus and Critias. According to his account, Atlantis was larger than Libya and Asia combined. Imagine an island civilization with temples made of gold, massive palaces, and intricate canal systems that sparkled under the ancient sun. The Atlanteans weren't just skilled builders, they were masters of engineering and architecture who created colossal temples dedicated to Poseidon, the god of the sea. But here's the mysterious part that has puzzled archaeologists for centuries. If Atlantis was so advanced, why haven't we found any concrete evidence of its existence? Recent underwater expeditions have searched everywhere from the Spanish coast to the depths of the Caribbean Sea. Some researchers believe Atlantis might be buried under the sands of the Sahara Desert, while others think it could be hidden in the icy Arctic regions. But what if Atlantis wasn't just one place? What if it represents multiple lost civilizations? The collapse of the Minoan civilization in Crete due to a massive volcanic eruption, or the sinking of coastal areas due to melting glaciers thousands of years ago, could these real catastrophes have inspired Plato's legendary tale? Fellow mystery hunters, now we're traveling to the heart of the Peruvian desert, where one of archaeology's greatest puzzles awaits us. Spread across almost 500 square kilometers of barren landscape, the Nazca Lines present us with an incredible enigma that has left scientists scratching their heads for decades. These gigantic figures, known as geoglyphs, were created by the Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD. But here's what makes them absolutely mind-boggling. These intricate designs can only be fully appreciated from the air. How did an ancient civilization create such precise aerial artwork without the ability to fly? Among these mysterious lines, you'll find the famous hummingbird, the spider, the monkey, and the condor, all drawn with such incredible precision that they seem impossible to create without some kind of aerial vision. Some of these lines stretch for several kilometers in perfectly straight directions across uneven terrain. But the million-dollar question remains: what was their purpose? Were they astronomical calendars used to track celestial events? Sacred ceremonial pathways connecting the Nazca people with their gods? Or could they possibly be something even more extraordinary? Maria Rieke, a brilliant German mathematician and archaeologist, dedicated her entire life to studying these figures. She proposed that some lines aligned perfectly with the positions of the sun, moon, and certain celestial bodies on important dates in the Nazca calendar. Could these lines have served as a massive astronomical observatory? But wait, there's more. Some researchers have discovered evidence of altars and offerings along certain lines, suggesting the Nazca people might have used these geoglyphs as ceremonial roads or places of worship. Were they trying to communicate with water deities in this arid desert region? And here's where it gets really intriguing. Some theorists have proposed that these lines were landing strips for extraterrestrial visitors. While this theory is widely rejected by the scientific community, it captures our imagination about the incredible precision and purpose of these ancient masterpieces. Ancient seekers, let's journey to the English countryside of Wiltshire, where one of the world's most enigmatic monuments has been puzzling humanity for over 5,000 years. Standing before us is Stonehenge, a mysterious circle of massive stones, some weighing up to 30 tons, arranged in a pattern that continues to defy our understanding. But here's what makes this absolutely incredible. These colossal stones were transported from the Preseli Hills in Wales, over 240 kilometers away. How did Neolithic people move these gigantic blocks without modern machinery? This feat of ancient engineering still amazes experts today. Construction began around 3000 BC during the Neolithic period, and it evolved through several phases over many centuries. But why did our ancestors invest such enormous time, effort, and resources into building this monument? What was so important that it required generations of dedication? Pay attention to this amazing discovery. The stones are perfectly aligned with the summer and winter solstices. On the morning of the summer solstice, the sun aligns perfectly with Stonehenge's heelstone, creating a breathtaking spectacle of light that seems intentionally designed by its builders. Could Stonehenge have been a massive astronomical calendar, helping ancient farmers track seasonal cycles and plan their harvests? But recent archaeological discoveries suggest it might have been much more than just an observatory. In 2008, archaeologist Mike Parker Pearson made an incredible discovery: human remains showing signs of disease and injury, leading to a fascinating new theory. Was Stonehenge an ancient healing center? People might have traveled from across Britain hoping to be cured by the sacred powers of the mysterious blue stones from Wales. But here's another mind-blowing possibility. Stonehenge might have been a symbol of unity, bringing together different tribes under a common purpose. Evidence shows that large numbers of people and cattle traveled to Stonehenge from all across the British Isles for festivals and rituals. Over 4,000 years ago, one of the world's largest and most advanced ancient civilizations flourished across more than 1 million square kilometers in South Asia. The Indus Valley Civilization, also known as the Harappan Civilization, was home to cities with, honestly, just unprecedented urban planning for their time. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro featured complex sewerage systems, public baths, massive administrative buildings, and uniform brick structures that would, really impress modern city planners. They were master traders whose commercial routes extended from Mesopotamia to the Gulf region, exchanging precious stones, metals, wood, and textiles. But here's the absolutely baffling mystery. Around 1900 BC, this incredible civilization began to decline and eventually vanished almost without a trace. How could such a vast, well-organized society collapse so completely that we're still trying to understand what happened? Was it climate change that brought them down? Evidence suggests the region experienced severe droughts that devastated their agriculture. The Gagar-Hakra River, believed by many to be the mythical Sarasvati River mentioned in ancient texts, began to dry up, taking the cities along its banks into oblivion. Or could devastating earthquakes have caused the collapse? Some studies suggest intense seismic activity caused rivers to change course or triggered massive floods, leading to the abandonment of these great cities. The mystery deepens when we consider that we still can't read their writing system. Without being able to decipher their texts, we remain strangers in their world, left to interpret their civilization through artifacts and structures alone. Ancient mystery hunters, let's venture into the dark dawn of Egyptian civilization, long before the Great Pyramids were built. Here emerges one of history's most enigmatic figures, the Scorpion King. But was this mysterious monarch a real ruler who governed in Egypt's earliest times, or simply a legendary symbol of the forces that fought to create a unified nation? The first clue about the Scorpion King comes from a ceremonial mace head discovered at Hierakonpolis, one of Egypt's oldest settlements. Dating to approximately 3200 BC, this artifact shows a royal figure with a falcon head and a scorpion symbol beside him, suggesting the Scorpion King was a leader of tremendous importance. Could the Scorpion King have been a ruler of Dynasty Zero, a period preceding Egypt's unification by the famous pharaoh Narmer? The problem is that there are almost no written records from this era, leaving enormous room for speculation and mystery. Some Egyptologists believe the Scorpion King was a precursor to Narmer, playing a crucial role in unifying Upper Egypt before the First Dynasty began. But others suggest he might have been a mythical figure, an ancestral god warrior associated with protecting Upper Egypt. Fellow time travelers, now we're investigating one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Alexander the Great, the legendary Macedonian conqueror who never knew defeat on the battlefield, and whose empire stretched from Greece to India, died suddenly and mysteriously in Babylon in 323 BC at just 32 years old. But here's what makes his death so puzzling. This was a man who had survived countless battles, conquered the known world, and seemed almost invincible. What could have killed the greatest military genius of the ancient world? The historical accounts describe that Alexander fell ill after a banquet and his health deteriorated rapidly over 12 days. He suffered high fever, abdominal pain, and progressive weakness that left him paralyzed and speechless. But was this a natural illness or something more sinister? Some historians believe Alexander was poisoned by his own generals, who feared his growing paranoia and his policy of fusion with conquered peoples. The fact that he became ill after a banquet has fueled conspiracy theories for over 2,000 years. Modern medical experts have proposed fascinating alternatives. Could it have been malaria, typhoid fever, or even Guillain-Barré syndrome? Each theory explains some symptoms but leaves others unexplained, making Alexander's death one of history's most enduring medical mysteries. Ancient codebreakers, prepare for one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. In 1947, a young Bedouin shepherd made a discovery that would revolutionize our understanding of ancient Judaism and early Christianity: the Dead Sea Scrolls. Found in the caves of Qumran near the Dead Sea, these ancient texts comprise around 900 documents written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. They include fragments of every book of the Old Testament except the Book of Esther, plus unique apocalyptic and sectarian writings. But here's the mystery that has puzzled scholars for decades. Who created these scrolls? Were they produced by the Essenes, an apocalyptic Jewish sect, or do they represent a broader library of sacred writings from different groups? One of the most enigmatic scrolls is the Copper Scroll, which contains a list of hidden treasures. This unique document, engraved on copper instead of papyrus or parchment, lists numerous locations where vast treasures of gold and silver are supposedly buried. Could this be describing the hidden treasures of the Jerusalem Temple during the first Jewish revolt against Rome? Time detectives and mystery hunters, our archaeological journey through these incredible ancient mysteries reminds us that human history is filled with secrets waiting to be discovered. Each of these enigmas, from the legendary Atlantis to the mysterious Nazca Lines, from Stonehenge's astronomical precision to the vanished Indus Valley Civilization, tells us something profound about who we are and where we come from. The truth is, we may never solve all these ancient puzzles completely, but perhaps that's exactly what makes them so fascinating. Each new archaeological discovery opens doors to new questions, and every answered mystery reveals 10 more waiting to be explored. What do you think about these incredible ancient mysteries? Which civilization intrigues you the most? Share your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Secrets of the Ancients for more mind-blowing journeys through time. Fellow explorers, remember this. The search for these lost civilizations isn't just about finding ancient ruins or deciphering old texts. It's about understanding our eternal human desire to discover truth, to uncover the mysteries buried in our past, and to connect with the incredible achievements of our ancestors. Until our next archaeological adventure, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop seeking the secrets of the ancients. This has been your guide through time, and the journey into history's